Hello, everyone. I'm Phoenix Tremaine. Today, I'm going to be giving you my recap and review of Yawning Gates episode 3. And because I've been a little bit behind because life's been lifing, but I will get on track and do like a daily review of Yawning Gates on the day that it comes out. But for now, I'm just playing catch up. So, what I'm going to do in this video is also show you the preview for all of the outfits and different things for the big wedding that's happening today, which is Friday. But if you catch this video early, you'll be able to see it in advance, as well as our first look at Katie McLean as Pamela. And I actually made some new things that I've discovered. She's playing Pamela Curtis. I can say that because I went back and went through the credits, which actors are on contract, which actors are recurring, and so I can know the name of the actors along with their characters' names. And I discovered that when it comes to these three ladies, I made a mistake. Um, that the first lady is Leslie, and her character's actual name is Dana. So she has been, so she's been lying. She didn't ran a girl off the road, but the official character name is Dana Thomas, which means she's lying to everybody about who she is, pretending to be Leslie or whatever. And then next to her is Jan. In my previous review, I thought that the black lady uh, was Jan, and she's actually Mona. So she's Mona, which is Nicole's sister. So it's the first week, you know, and this is why I had such grace with episode 1, where there's a lot of exposition with characters telling you their name, who they are, who they're related to, and their sort of purpose in this world. And for some people, they didn't like that. I'm like, how's she going to learn? Because they don't have that much time to sort of like show you who each person is and what their personality is and things like that. So you're gonna get some exposition as they show you. So yeah, so now I know that this is Mona. Another thing that I learned is that there was an error in the actual credits of the show because Vanessa, I'm sort of like, or Vanessa, who is the best friend of Danny, um, she her last name is McBride, but then in the credits, her husband Douglas is says McBridge. So I was like, is it McBride or McBridge? But yeah, and also I did not realize that we saw Vanessa's husband in episode 2. He was the guy that was with Randy Parker. And, so the guy in the driver's seat, that was our first look at Doug. He gave Randy some white card or something he was handing him. We haven't had any explanation yet. But now let's go ahead and get into the episode. So here we go. Oh, okay. So we were introduced in episode 3. So let me take myself out of this. So the guy in the driver's seat, that's Doug. That's the guy who's married to Vanessa, the realtor, who is the best friend of Danny. And she's not satisfied in her marriage and she is looking to cheat. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that because the preview showed us that she does cheat. Um, so the episode began with Martin having a nightmare and he doesn't want to discuss it with Smitty. Smitty wants Martin to have therapy, but Martin gets upset and says that if his dreams are bothering him so much, he'll go to sleep in the guest room. So I could have swore I heard a little pow pow in the dreams because we know Bill helped him out, the family out with something regarding Martin. And is he responsible for somebody's demise? We shall see. We also got, once again, exposition. Vernon finds Anita thinking about how life was easier before they had kids. They're not upset that they had kids, but they're just reminiscing back how they can make, you know, wilder choices before kids and grandkids. And then now they have to make tougher choices now that they have to protect the family, such as Bill's subtle threat, meaning that the whole family has to go to his wedding. Then we got Danny in there with Bill. Danny and Bill have a confrontation, and the chemistry is amazing. For a minute, I thought that they might do it right there in the office. The chemistry was strong, and I've seen many people on social media hoping they have hate. Let's call it Nookie, hate Nookie. Danny catches Bill off guard when she also slaps him across the face. Uh, outside the office, so she lets my notes. Bill gets on the offense when he lets Danny know that she and her family didn't make him, that he made himself, and that he would have gotten there exactly where he is. It just would have happened differently. And he warns her that slapping him is one thing, but she better not hit Haley ever again. Danny lets him know that she's not afraid of him and walks out. She then outside the office, she lets Haley know that she hopes she was listening because past is prologue, which means the events of the past sets the stage for the present and the future. So everything that Haley sees Bill doing to Danny is setting the stage for how he will treat Haley in the future. Danny begins to cry in the elevator as the elevator doors close, and I felt bad for her. I was hoping that Haley didn't hear her crying because I wouldn't want her to have that satisfaction. So yeah, cry in the car. Don't cry in the elevator. We also had more exposition, which we need to learn more about these characters. Nicole, Ted, and Kat talk with Andre, how his parents, which was Ted's brother Stan and his wife Irma, how they passed away in a plane crash. And Ted and Nicole step up to how they stepped up to help him out. Kat wants to take a picture of Andre, but he doesn't want his picture taken. Is there a reason why he doesn't want his picture taken and end up on social media? Is there a reason why he won't stay in town for long? That, that's maybe there's a reason why he's always jet setting and won't stick around because he's got a past that he is running away from. So we will see what happens with that. And the next thing is something that I really love about this show. The fashions are amazing. The girls, especially because, they're just the hairstyles, like in episode 4, Chelsea has had 3 different hairstyles and there's only been 4 episodes. So I think just little details like that people are going to love. And I love this outfit that Chelsea is wearing and those jeans, which unfortunately I couldn't find a picture of, but they have like hearts cut out the jeans going all the way down the pants leg. And I just thought that looked so nice. The colors looked amazing on her. So I was like, we have complained so much about Young and the Restless with Nikki wearing her Rhythm Nation outfit for 2 weeks, or Hope for the future looking, Hope is supposed to be a fashion person. I don't want to call her a designer because she has to be a designer, but she's supposed to be a visionary. And sometimes she looked like people in Little House on the Prairie wouldn't wear some of the things Aaron Brooke has worn over the past year or two. So it's like seeing fashion, seeing the hairstyles, seeing just the looks of the show. On General Hospital, people have been begging for Portia to change her hair. So now we got a person who, at least in this picture, sort of has the same texture and style that Portia has. It's a little fuller, but yeah, people have been begging for characters like Portia to change her hairstyles. And so all of this matters, all of this counts, all of this feels good. But as for the scene, she talks to her sister Naomi about wanting to quit modeling and go into business for herself, but with their mom, Danny, as her manager, she's afraid of how her mother will feel if she loses anything else. Naomi mentions how she left Faircrest, started her own law firm, and married Jacob, which is the police officer, police detective. So she understands wanting to go out and do her own thing. Naomi was very close to her father, but tells her sister that she doesn't have a father anymore. I can't use the word that she actually used in the show. Um, Meanwhile, we had Haley and Bill. Uh, Haley tells Bill how much she misses her best friend, which is his daughter, Naomi, but he hopes in the future things will get back on track. He does not regret choosing Haley. He will regret it because in the next episode, Naomi lets him know she didn't want nothing to do with him. But we're not there yet. This is where we have Jan, Leslie, and Mona having lunch together. It's nice to know her name. I don't think that it was said in the previous episode, but Jan is Ashley, the nurse's mom. Leslie is sad because the man she was with, named Alan, is gone and someone in the restaurant looks like him. Jan tells her that grief is not a straight. No, I'm sorry. Mona tells her that grief is not a straight line. They've been gossiping about Danny punching Haley at the country club. Leslie asks if Jan will be at the, I didn't switch the names in my notes. Leslie asks Mona if she would be at choir practice, and she lets her know that her and Laura will be done by 7, not realizing she just gave Leslie the information she wanted. Also, we have Vanessa is at the diner, and at the diner, she looks like she's in disguise, and a fan comes up to her and says that he's her biggest fan, and he opens up her legs under the table, and Vanessa is ready to go with him, but Danny shows up noticing that he is not Vanessa's husband, Doug. And so she sort of makes up an excuse. She calls the guy, she doesn't even know his name, but she calls him Zeke. And he goes running off saying, well, you know where to find me. I don't know how she knows how to find him, but but I guess maybe come back to the diner or whatever. But Danny sits down, starts complaining about the confrontation she just had with Bill, and then uh, let me switch over so you can see she's complaining about Bill. But then she gets a text from her mother that there's like a family meeting that she has to get to. We next see Randy Parker getting into Vanessa's husband, Doug McBride's car and get something from him. I'm now realizing that Doug is Vanessa's husband. Okay, so now you see, I take notes about everything that's going on. Um, but I also continue to add my little commentary. Anita texts everyone for a family meeting, saying presence is required. At the house, Naomi is at the piano singing while Chelsea is live. Everyone arrives and is shocked to learn Anita Vernon wants them to attend Bill and Haley's wedding. Danny refuses and storms out, but her father gets to her and convinces her to attend, letting her know that he can't tell the reason why he wants them all to attend, but he has a good reason, and she knows he wouldn't do it if it wasn't important. So Danny agrees to go to the wedding, and her daughters rally around her, supporting her, because they're also confused why they're all being told that they have to go to this wedding. The episode ends with Laura being run off the road, and it's revealed that Leslie is the person who ran off the road. If you watch my last previous videos, you know that I've been telling you the reason why is because she wants her daughter, Eva, to get the job as Nicole's assistant, which is probably why she's even friends with Mona. She's been planning all of this out, and it's about to happen. So, because it's going to happen in the next episode. But yeah, because Eva is Ted's daughter, that's Nicole's husband. And I guess something happened where, Ted had an affair with Leslie slash Dana and had his kid. And this guy, Alan, has been pretty much distracting her, focusing all her love to him since she was dumped by Ted. And now that Alan is gone, probably passed away, because they were talking about grief. She's ready to get revenge because she's no longer distracted by Alan. And so that is it for episode 3. Now let's take a look at the wedding, where we can see, as I showed you in the last episode, video that I did, that the family's all in black and looking like they're going to a funeral. Uh, Danny, here's a preview of Danny getting ready because she looks stunning. I already talked about the ladies changing their hairstyles, that we don't really get to see on most soaps. Pretty much the black actresses, they get their one, maybe two styles of a special event, and their looks don't change. But as we can see here, their looks do change. And this is Bill probably sucking it up. Thanks for coming, Danny. We also have another look at um, this character. I am looking for his name. Uh, Alex Allegria is playing Thomas Navarro. Thomas Navarro is actually on contract, and he's going to be romancing one of the girls very soon. I think it's Kat, Nicole's daughter, Kat, but I will confirm that a little later as we continue to look at these looks. Our first look at Candy McLean as Pamela Curtis. She's also wearing black, that's a good friend. A look at Martin and Smitty. And of course, the family maybe trying to calm Danny down. Anita and Vernon looking worried at their daughter Danny. And that is the preview for what we'll be seeing later today on today's episode of The Wedding. And because it's going to be a Friday cliffhanger, I'm excited to see, what the cliffhanger is going to be. And I will see you in the next video.